Hello, it's Jay here again, and welcome to another video. As promised, we're going to begin work on the camera system. So let's create a new C# script, and I'll just call it camera_system. We'll just drag and drop that onto the main camera now. And then we'll open it up for editing. So I think we'll begin with having to rotate the camera. So let's create of public type vector3 underscore camera, and let's say pivot point. We'll close that off and we'll put it into the comments. Let's say creates a variable to store the pivot point for the camera. Excuse me. We'll do a public int next underscore, and what we want is game height. And we'll just put defines the height. It's the height of the actual game itself from the starting position to the obviously position 0. So let's say blocks fall. Now this variable will be moved out to an option script, for when we choose the game. About doing it so you can set different heights, but for now we're going to put it into the camera system script because we need this now, and we'll probably move it out at a later date. So with that said, let's create another public int underscore, and we'll say camera height point. And we'll put defines the starting position for the height of the camera. We'll create type public float next. And what we're going to put is horizontal speed. I'm going to make that equal to 100f. Yeah, we'll put defines the horizontal speed. Yeah. We'll use that for the naming convention. Public float. For the next one, we'll say horizontal input. We'll close the line off. Defines a float value for the camera horizontal input, and then we'll come to the void start. Again, I'm going to use game height equals 20. close that off. Again, the game height that's going to change. This is just temporary, this line. So please note that the game height line variables here and here, so these lines of code are just temporary. And we'll just put that we're setting that height to 20 on startup. Camera height point is going to equal the game height and divide by 2. So let's put this into the comment set. Camera height point to equal the underscore game height divided by 2. And in fact that should be a capital H. Let's change that out. So basically how this works is, if we're going to have the block spawn at a height of 20, that's going to be the game height as defined here. The camera is going to begin at half that height. So again, these lines may change, but that's how they work. And then we can deal with the pivot point, which is going to equal a new vector3. Let's open and close brackets, close the line off. Inside the brackets, we're going to put 0, comma, and we'll use the camera height point for the y-axis. And then we'll use 0 again. We'll break that line up for commenting. Set the camera pivot point to equal. And we'll just put we'll just put the camera height point on y-axis, and you put and 0 for the others, or something along them lines, whichever you it's going to help you remember. You can obviously word the comments how you please. But now we'll come to the void update. We're going to say underscore horizontal input is going to equal the underscore horizontal speed times, and we're going to say input dot get axis, open and close brackets, close the line off. Then we'll come back to the brackets. Inside we'll put the quote marks, and then between the quote marks we're going to say horizontal. Again, I'll just break this up for commenting. Set horizontal input to equal the underscore horizontal speed times the input for the horizontal. So it's just referencing, if we come to edit, preferences. So let's have a look here. So actually project settings, sorry about that. Yeah, so we're looking at the horizontal value here. So this is what we're referencing. And I've forgotten the eyes, so let's quickly just change that. So now we'll come and we want to transform dot, and we want to rotate around, open and close brackets, close the line off. We're going to come inside the brackets now, and we're rotating around the camera pivot point, comma, by a vector 3 dot up, comma, horizontal input times time dot delta time. So let's break this up for commenting. So let's say rotate, and we'll put this game object. You can put in brackets the camera if you like. And we'll put around the camera pivot point via vector 3 up, by the horizontal input, and we'll just save that off there. So I recommend reading up on the Unity website about things like transform, rotate around, and about vector 3 up. There's other ways of doing this. There's vector 3 down, left, right. So I recommend reading up about all of those. But for now, let's actually test this out. So we'll come to the camera and we'll start the game. And I'm going to use the keys, and as you can see, I can rotate the camera around the block. So let's stop that there. So we can now rotate around. We do have more things we have to do for the camera, but we'll leave it there for this lesson. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you next time. And as always, until then, bye for now.